What's up everyone, this is Scher talking, welcome back to my channel. In today's video we'll be talking about the Showdown Black X Emperor event. This is a continuation of the Battle with Black X Fighters event, but now it's just about raid bosses. You have to fight 4 different ones, and there's some things to consider. First of all, they have very high status, insanely high agility. Plenty of characters will even miss their attacks here. So there is a need for status buff or, well, some formations that increases dexterity. But this will change. In 1 week from now, the game would have an update that would change the accuracy formula. Let's say physical attackers that rely on dexterity will now also use a portion of their STR to increase their accuracy rate. So they will stop missing, but so far we don't have any other option. I will be showing you how I'm dealing with the stages. First of all, the first 2 bosses that you should be focusing are M-Black, because M-Black focus more on single target attacks, and it's easier to handle. We have to survive for 3 turns to do as much damage as we want. Then there's Chooser. This guy is kind of similar to M-Black as well. And there's Burva, that is similar but has gimmicks. He increases his guard to decrease damage and deals even more damage than the other 2. And with the last one being Arachnid, that has status effects and it's insanely hard to fight. Okay, let's start with M-Black. This video will be focused on M-Black. We're trying to fight M-Black and get a high score for auto. I don't know if you have been farming the past event to get the tickets. In order to fight, then you have to use 30 tickets. Those tickets drop in the past event. And then all bosses will have different weaknesses, like M-Black is weak to blunt, lightning, and heat. And so we do have a lot of blunt damage dealers. Recently we got the SaGa Frontier banner. There are plenty of gunners that do blunt damage. We also got Rukh, the elephant, that deals blunt damage, and because of that it's not so hard to make a build. And that's why we'll be starting with one that uses Den. This build here is easy to use because it does not require a formation that you have to purchase. You got this one in Storyline, Deadly Pierce X. And, well, we have Sith here as well. It's a Platinum style everyone has access to. To fix some of the dexterity problems, we can use Mountain Cross to buff STR and dexterity. And we have Rukh here in the middle, and Rukh will not get the highest damage potential by being in the middle, but the good thing is that sometimes he misses even by being buffed. So stay on this position will give him at least 25% increase in dexterity to fix that problem. Then we have here on the top Global X Emelia. She's inheriting Bullet Dance from her Combono style, and there is also Roufas. Roufas deals very good damage, and then he, well, gets paralyzed. But you only need to do damage for 3 turns because the boss will use a nuke attack on the turn number 3, and that will kill you, probably. Then we have Fuse in the front. He gets a buff to the blunt damage to the party, and with Blunt Clash this will help, and he also just keeps using Trailing Snipe. With that, let's go. Okay, so this fight brings also something new. The enemy will remove all your buffs on the end of the second turn, but for now we can at least increase our damage on the start. Well, we got Cannon Blade and Fuse got stunned, so he will use their support on turn 2. That's not so bad. Rukh is also strong here. Oh well, we just lost Roufas. It happens, guys. It happens. Don't worry too much about that, especially because Roufas will just get paralyzed and will not attack anyway. All runs will have some variance because it depends on who he wants to kill first. Well, he just killed it in media. And also Fuse. Yeah, we saw he just removed all buffs. But now we have another attack with Rukh. If you can hit 2 times with Rukh, he would just do close to 700,000 damage. But you saw he'll miss it his first attack, even while being on a position that increases dexterity. So that is not a good thing. We stop it on 658. We'll have to try something different in another formation. Well, the next strategy runs a very specific setup, but you can change some styles. On the top of Rainbow Rangers we have Blue, but it can also be, well, Polka, it can also be the latest Barthélemy, it can also be Rocbouquet, it can also be Vassault. Well, Blue is good because if Rukh dies, maybe he will get revived, and the only attack that matters for Blue is Waking Dragon anyway. Then there is Roufas. Why? Because Roufas also buffs dexterity, not just because of his attack. We need more dexterity with Rukh so that he deals more damage. Rookh's here on the front with the SDR position, and he's gonna use hammer roll only. Now, we have another martial artist attacker, Boston, and he is gonna use Sky Reverse, because Sky Reverse decreases endurance by 30%. This will help Rukh do more damage, and we want to do damage for 3 turns anyway. In the loft position I have Sif, she's here just because of Mountain Cross to increase damage, and then I inherited Whale from one past tile, or if you don't have, don't worry, it's not a problem. With that, we should get 700,000 in some good runs. Okay, so with this setup here, we want a debuff on Black, because that will increase our damage. Sky Reverse debuffs endurance. You see that damage coming from Roufas and Rukh will be much better. Oh, now we got a combo. This will happen all the time, but depending on the runs, you reach 700,000 just by luck. Especially if blue hits 5 times. Won't happen all the time. Well, we got 565 right now. Well, blue is healing Rukh. It's good because then it just guarantees that Rukh will at least revive once and survive. Yeah, like now. To attack again. There's only one problem. On turn 3, we will not have the dexterity buff again. So Rukh will maybe miss one of his attack. The first one. Well, this time it didn't. Close to 800,000. Very close. But everyone will die now. Unless they evade. Nice that or Boston survived it. Yeah, Sif is alive too. That's nice. We got more than 800,000 with this. Good RNG can get to as much as 900,000. Well, the third strategy brings mages, and we have Anima formation. In the front there is Vassault. He's good because he can debuff Will 2 times. This will help increase the damage of the other mages. Then we will inherit Electro Hail, that's also lightning damage. It will hit for the weaknesses. And then there is Joe. I will be using Joe Shackmate on the start, and then she will just use J-Pole on turn. This attack here is inherited from her limited ace style. If you don't have, to increase your need to 4, she will use Hybrid Magic on turn 3. Then we have Polka. If you don't have this Polka, you can bring the Lunar New Year Blue. This Polka does a little more damage and does not heal, so I prefer him instead. And then we have Rocbouquet with Enraged Squid inherited. This is powerful because it can hit up to 5 times, just like Polka's Scatter Explosions. In the back we have Leon because he increases damage of the party, and also inherited Moonlight just for, I don't know if he can revive someone to kill on turn 3. Then that's it. We should just focus the strongest attackers in the middle and the other ones on the front. Okay, it's good to use mages and Anima formation because increasing agility and intelligence also increase their accuracy, so they will not be missing. And Joe and Rocbouquet also has a chance to negate damage. Saw that Polka by himself did 160,000, right? And he attacked before Vassault. It could be even higher damage. See, we are just deflecting. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 hits, 400,000 already. He attacked a character with evasion, right? 2 times already. Now, we just heal if someone was with low HP. Time to attack with the remaining characters. I'm not so sure if we get so far, but we'll see. Well, Joe, it's dead. She did her part. 3,000 damage, he attacks 3 times on the second turn. Still have some attacks here. It will get at least 600. There were runs of mine that my Rocke just wanted to evade all the time, and she even got to do a second Enraged Squid. Like now. You already got at least 600,000. It's not a bad strategy, but at least it's double, and if you want to train different characters, you can. You can bring mages as well. Okay, for the last strategy, it brings kind of a mix of everything we've seen so far. I have Christmas Leonard on the front line because of his overflowing feelings. That's both blunt, but also give morale up and guard up, so that we can survive a little more and do more damage. Then we have Rukh back with his armor roll attack. There is Madeleine. This Madeleine will use Luna Fulgur twice. This is UDX Madeleine, for that matter. And then she uses Racing Thunder. Then there's Leon. He will just buff damage for everyone, heal, and for last we have Sif to fix the dexterity problem. I have Whale inherited from a limited version of her, but if you don't have, don't worry, it's not important. Okay, so this strategy resolves around amplifying the damage of two very powerful units, while the remaining ones are not that special, but Rukh and Madeleine will do a lot of damage here. Overflowing Feelings, buffing the damage of Rukh and Madeleine. Even got a combo. Let's see how much damage we get on this run. Maybe we'll get to 800,000. Also, if you're having problems even by buffing the dexterity of Madeleine, you should try to, well, increase her dexterity by healing status. Right now we already have close to 500,000, so we're pretty close to what we need. Also, inherited Knockdown. This attack comes from his S-style and it's blunt. If he does not fail, it deals good damage. Now, starting from here, Madeleine can even die. Doesn't matter anymore. Leo is still alive, he's a champ. Well, he's not anymore. But the good thing, we still have Rukh and Madeleine. She doesn't have a nuke attack anymore, but we'll see. Well, we are missing because dexterity buff, it's long gone. But guys, this will change. We'll get the update pretty soon, and the character won't miss as much. Nice, we got Hammer Roll, have impact, healing more than 800,000, so this strategy is not bad, especially if it combos. But that's the last one, guys. This is good enough so that people can run on auto. I'll be making videos separately for each boss, so you can check different strategies without wasting too much time. But thanks so much for watching this video. Please subscribe if you haven't. If you want to support the channel, the link's in the description. I hope to see you soon in the next one. Bye.